Hi everyone, Monique here, Intuitive Soul Savant. Welcome back to the channel and welcome if you're new here. We've had a few people sign up. Go into the playlist. There's lots of videos in there. I call them, well, we all call them evergreen videos, meaning that they're videos that I've made that you can watch at any time, especially if you're going through challenging times with Pluto. And we know that late Capricorns, early Aquarians, and late Aries, early Taurians, late Cancers, early Leos, and late Libras and early Scorpios. Okay, because Pluto's on that 29th degree. But that's not what I'm talking about today. Hey, everybody, I have missed you. And I'm here to make a video about the eclipse. So the last video I made was all about Pluto ingressing back into a Capricorn and, you know, that energy, but I kept that video pretty much about Pluto. So that energy came in and I think we've settled into that energy again. When it did hit, yes, we were all lethargic. And something I didn't mention in that video, this is for everybody. So whatever you've learned or been working on while Pluto was in Capricorn, this is like a test. It's like a reminder that whatever you've worked on over the last 16 years, since 2008, we can't let it go. You can't let it go, okay? So this 2 months of Pluto in Capricorn is a reminder to everybody that the good work that you've done, what you've released, how you've changed, all of that business, don't let it go. Okay, keep it up because that is the evolution of your soul. All right. So this eclipse is in Pisces. Now the nodes are still in, the North Node's still in Aries, South Node is still in Libra, but an eclipse happens when the moon is new or full within a certain degrees of those nodes. Okay, so this time around, this full moon is 25 degrees, 41 minutes of Pisces. And I think the nodes are at about 7 degrees of Aries, okay, and Libra, yeah. So we've been working on that relationship, you know, true to thyself, Aries, and letting go of relationships that don't serve us on our journey to our true self. But this eclipse is in Pisces. So the nodes will be going into North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo, and that'll carry on for a year and a bit, year and a half. And so the next lot of eclipses will be in that Pisces Virgo axis, okay, and that'll be very interesting. I'm really looking forward to that axis. All right, so 25 degrees, 41 minutes of Pisces. Now, Pisces energy and a full moon energy, there's a lot of things that can happen, okay, because there's a light and a shadow to Pisces energy. So number one, we know that Pisces is the last water sign. So emotionalism could be triggered, you know, becoming emotional, feeling your emotions. Now, a lot of time with Pisces, our emotions get triggered because Pisces also rules the victim. Okay, so if we're feeling a bit victimized, then that could trigger our emotional body, therefore we become emotional. And this then can carry into addictions because Pisces also rules in the shadow addiction, so that we just want to check out. If we're not used to our emotional body and we're not at home in our emotional body, then we will choose addictions, anything that will help us to check out. So this is another area of energy in life, you know, that humans have to deal with. So that's sort of the darker side of Pisces, is that victimhood, martyr, energy, and then we choose addictions, and we can become emotional. Okay, so the better way to meander through that energy is to cry and just sit with the emotions rather than reaching out to numb ourselves. Yeah, because that's not really sort of clearing that energy for you. It's pushing that energy down. Now, on a positive note, Pisces also rules energetically creativity. Okay, but it's more a channeling creativity rather than a logical mind creativity. It's more like allowing that ethereal energy to pass through us, and what comes out of that is a great creative project, whether you're singing a song, writing, dancing, crafting, anything that you're channeling energy through your body, into your hands, into your feet, writing, all that sort of stuff. And another positive form of energy with the Pisces energy is compassion. So rather than be a martyr, we can actually be a compassionate person, and we could use this eclipse energy to serve others in a healthy way and have more compassion for each other. So they're sort of the energies that are getting triggered at the moment. I went through these energies last week, so I'm fine now. I've actually processed these energies, and of course those damn addictions, wants to raise its ugly head with me, and that's okay. You don't sink into it, you don't give over to it, you just become aware of it. So this is a partial lunar eclipse, and that means that the moon is becoming full opposite the sun. So the sun is at the moment in Virgo, which is a house of service as well, but it's also that logical thinking, okay, that perfectionism. So, that's not Pisces, and we're having a Pisces full moon. So, the balance is in between perfectionism and the free flow of creative energy, the balance between those two. So the countries, continents around the world that are going to see the partial lunar eclipse is the North and South America, Africa, and Europe. Okay, so the moon sun will be obscured just a little bit. It's only a partial. It's not a full eclipse where it goes dark. All right. Now it's going to take place in Sydney, Australia on Wednesday, the 18th of September. So the full moon is at 12:35 p.m. around Wednesday lunchtime here, and then the eclipse is at 12:44, 1:45. Okay, and then the energy is clear. Just know that when I discuss energy and planetary energy, it's leading up now, it's building now, this energy. But with an eclipse, this energy can come in a month or so, a couple of months before this actual full moon, and you may feel it a couple of months afterwards, all right? But once, usually, for me personally, once the exact full moon happens, sure, the energy is dispersed and you feel like a relief, all right? Now, up Northern Hemisphere, my beautiful people up there, the Eastern time zone, it's the 17th of September for you guys. So that's Tuesday evening. And that eclipse time will be at 10:44 p.m. Okay, so Tuesday for the Northern Hemisphere, New York, and Sydney time. The next day, it's all at the same time, but, different time zones, is the Wednesday, the 18th, all right? Now, other than that I really sort of, will note is early before the eclipse, Mercury in Virgo is going to oppose Saturn in Pisces. Now, I know there's a bunch of you guys out there with the Pluto conjunct Uranus opposing Saturn and Chiron in Pisces, and we're having our Saturn return, okay? So Saturn is retrograding at the moment in Pisces, and Mercury, and it's at 15 degrees. 15 degrees, 15 minutes. You know, that number 15, the devil card in tarot. So it's halfway. Saturn's retrograding halfway through the whole sign house, 30 degrees of Pisces, and Mercury is halfway through Virgo, all right? So that's early in the morning in Australia, and it'll be sort of midday-ish for you guys in the Northern Hemisphere on the Tuesday. Yeah, so that's going to happen before this eclipse, all right? Mercury opposing Saturn, Mercury and Virgo, you know, there's that logical thinking, that earthbound thinking, that practicality, that perfectionism, dot the I's, cross the T's energy with Mercury and Virgo and opposing Saturn in Pisces. Saturn's all about structure and boundaries, okay? And Pisces is not into boundaries. It is boundaryless. So you may have to speak to somebody. You know, this working with the full moon is that, you know, you might have to use your words and set a boundary so that you don't become a victim, right? Or a martyr. So those energies together, okay? So that's my advice. You may have to speak your words articulately, Mercury in Virgo, set a boundary, Saturn in Pisces, so that full moon eclipse in Pisces, you do not become a victim. All right, just a bit of advice. So this full moon in Pisces is very close conjuncting Neptune in Pisces. Neptune is in the late degrees of Pisces. We haven't got too many years left of that, okay? Neptune rules Pisces. So this has got a real spiritual vibe to it, this full moon, all right? And boundaries are spiritual, okay? They might be a practical matter thing on earth, but we can use boundaries spiritually for sure. So this full moon will also be sextiling Uranus in Taurus and also sextiling Pluto in Capricorn in the late degrees of Capricorn. Pluto is, and Uranus is in the late degrees of Taurus. So there's that other energy with those outer planets, okay? So, you know, I think this is a great full moon as long as you process the energy. And I have done that last week. I always feel the energy come beforehand. And now that I've done that, oh, wow, I'm feeling really good. I've got that Virgo energy of, you know, getting things done, ticking things off the list. And that happens when you release the emotional energy, all right? Then you can get back on with it. But if you try to hide and disassociate from any emotional energy that's coming up, then you're making it difficult for yourself. If the emotional energy is coming up, process it, because once it moves through your body, you process it, you own it, you just allow the emotional energy to move through your body, then boom, you're off and running. Okay, and you can get back on with whatever you're wanting to do. The other thing that's happening is this opposition, which makes a full moon, okay? The moon full in Pisces and the sun in Virgo, well, it is squaring Jupiter in Gemini, okay? And that happens that day at 4:30 a.m. So it's actually in Sydney time, all right? So the moon and the sun are going to square Jupiter in Gemini. So if I was to say what sign energy out there would you know, really be challenged by this full moon eclipse, I'd say that would be Pisces, Geminis, Virgos, and Sagittariuses. So if you've got stelliums or, you know, strong placements in those 4 mutable signs, you may be challenged, okay? But the mutable energy is fairly easygoing, you know, but if you've got other planets in fixed energy and you're quite stubborn about changing or or stepping forward, stepping down. You know, there could be a challenge. That could be a challenge for you. But you guys will know that. You guys know enough about astrology, you know, to know that. So yeah, it's all about Pisces and Virgo and Jupiter in Gemini, and that's where the square energy is. Okay. So I think that's all now that the lawnmower man down there is ready to go. That's really good. Yes, I love you all. I'm here to do charts. I've had some people come up and I've been able to help them, and that's really good. So just look in the description box and email me, or go to my website and book in a reading. Disregard the timing, because I'm just that type of person that I end up spending a couple of hours with you, whether it's over 2 sessions, 1 or 2 sessions, depending how tired we get. Yeah, I just go over it all right. I'm very generous when it comes to my astrology readings, and I love doing it, and it's my passion, and it has been for over 40 years. So everybody, namaste, take care. My Facebook account, I'm back on socials. So my Facebook account is in there too. Love to have you on board as a friend. It's not a business account. I'm a different paradigm to society. You know, I just do it my way, and I do it how I want to do it. I dance to my own beat of my own drum, you know. So yeah, please be friends with me. All right, well, thank you everybody, and I'll speak to you soon.